Yeah, we're talking about opportunity costs. So, two people are seeing each other and arguments start to happen. In fact, it starts off with one argument, but then every day it starts to get a bit more and a bit more and a bit more, almost to the point that you start to resent that person that you're seeing, and you almost want to go on walks or have time apart from that guy that you're seeing. And this is actually something that I encountered a lot with people that I work with. And if you work with me and you've got like some situations like this, we'll be able to get you through this. But this actually situation, it's quite common because people get into it because they just want to feel loved or they want to feel important. But unfortunately, because, maybe you decided, hey, if I argue with this guy once, or even he might be doing this, and guys, if you do this as well, like this is something that everyone does. And this isn't even a conscious thing that people do. But you might have an argument once and then subconsciously realize that you get a sense of importance, or you get that sense of admiration and camaraderie, or that sense of connection that you wanted from your partner that you weren't feeling, so then you argued with them. And that becomes like a quick button that then you press to get that response. Now, unfortunately, this isn't the best way to go about it, because if you're having a situation or you're feeling a lack in a relationship, there are better ways to do it. So I want to introduce the idea of an opportunity cost. Now, an opportunity cost is something that comes from the investment world, where if you invest in one thing, then what you're actually doing is you're limiting the options that you have. So if you're having an argument with someone, you're actually limiting the amount of time that you could have to invest with that relationship, to invest in improving the relationship. The example is you're two people seeing each other, and because one person feels a lack, they choose to argue with that other person. Now, when this happens, that is the opportunity cost, because you're walking down this road that you could easily walk down another road and do. And I don't want this to sound like a very upper level thinking where it's like, oh, you're just having arguments, so just stop. What I'm saying is we very easily fall into self-destructive patterns. And because we've been practicing those patterns over and over again, it's just easier to do that thing over and over again to feel that connection that we crave. If you practice moving in a right direction, so moving in the other direction, so if you practice welcoming your partner in a completely different way, even if you feel like absolute shit, or if you practice treating him like it was the start of the relationship, even if you feel like it's the end of the relationship, that is moving it down the other path. And I want to quickly add a side note here, which is just as important. If you're going through a rocky part in your relationship, a lot of people focus on trying to get it to how it was, which is just as bad as going down the argument path, because you're comparing your relationship to something that it should have been, or something that you think it should be, and that creates a disconnect. The best thing you can do in this situation is to not say, hey, why aren't we like how we were in 2015 or 2014, but say, how do we want to be in 2017 and 2018, and then move in that direction. That then sets your subconscious up so you're moving in that right direction. And I've seen it work, and I've seen it when I've worked with people, but it's one of those things that we don't even realize that we fall into these self-destructive patterns in the first place, that we've been so good at it that we became unconsciously competent at sabotaging ourselves. Anyway, this is this quick video. If you did like it, press here to subscribe. Also press here to do the quiz, which is the what guy is the most attracted to you quiz. And yeah, all right, that's a wrap. Mwah.